This video looks at the various rules concerning the order of words in sentences that are formed to ask questions. This will include those situations where questions involve the use of one or more verbs before finally finishing with a look at the imperative case. So this is the third video in this series. Now, for yes-no type of questions, we place the verb in the first place and the subject in the second place. All other elements remain the same as in the previous two videos. So verb in first place, subject second, and then everything else that follows after that. Have you the book? Do you have the book? Okay. Well, havst thu tha book? Havst thu tha book? Okay, so second person present tense singular, havst, and then subject thu tha book. Now, objects are in the accusative. Okay, so book is a feminine noun, and so the demonstrative article we use there is tha. Now, book in the accusative is boke. Okay, so havst thu tha book. Hear you, sailor. Do you hear, sailor? So, you hurst thu salada. This is from the poem about the Battle of Malden. A little section there. You hurst thu salada. Hear you, sailor. All right. So, okay, here as in second person, sorry, present tense singular. Second person present tense singular. You hurst thu salada. Okay, are you the Beowulf who? So from the Beowulf poem, Beowulf. Thu se Beowulf se there. Okay, and then all the rest that follow. So are you the Beowulf, he who? Okay, we'll be looking at conjunctions in a future video. But for the moment, so the verb are right at the beginning of the sentence. So present day English still follows the same pattern. It's in asking these yes/no type questions, the verb is first and the subject is second. So we recognise this in modern English as well as being the case in old. So thu se Beowulf se there. Okay, now verb first, subject second, all the rest thereafter. Now, do you often travel to this place? Do you travel to this place often? So the verb goes first. It's conjugated. Second person present tense singular. Farest. So let me just do that again. Farest. Okay, for travel. So second person present tense singular is farest. Okay, thu oft tothism satolwa. Okay, to takes a dative object, so these two words must be in the dative. Satolwe, satol is place, the dative form is satolwe, and the word this in its dative form, singular dative form, because there's only one place we're talking about, so singular dative form of this is thism. Okay, thism, satoa being masculine or neuter noun. Okay, so farest thu oft to thism satoa. Okay, travel you often to this place? Do you travel to this place often? Okay, do you know my friend, house, family? So there's three questions in there. Just combine them. But you could ask any one of those. Do you know my friend? Do you know my family? Etc. Okay. Kanaust thu min fareond hus kunne. Okay, so second person present tense singular. Kanaust. Okay, no. Thu min fareond hus kunne. Okay, so friend, house, family. Okay, verb first, subject, then object. Okay, over here, remember the object, this is all in the dative. Did you not sow good seed in your field? Ne seo thu gold sad on thinam akare. Okay, not so, you good seed in your field. Ne sewa thu god sad on thina makare. Okay, so verb first. Okay, present tense, second person singular, because the subject is the second person singular. The object in accusative, gold sad, good seed, and the place on, location. So again, all of this must be in the dative. So akare, field, in the dative, has the E on the end there. And your, in the dative there, is thinum. Okay, thinum. All right, now, okay, is there anything else I had to... I can't think of anything else at the moment. Okay, next one. Are you a doctor in this place? So you might be an unfamiliar place and you're talking to someone, you don't know if they're a doctor. There's a lot of activity happening around you. So you can imagine a question, maybe a little bit bewildered as you ask it, are you a doctor in this place? Okay, because it's no good talking to someone who's not a doctor when you need a doctor. Okay, so start with the verb, ert. Okay, so it's present tense, second person singular. Ert, su, lacha, on thism satowa. On as a preposition requires the dative object, so thism, this place, has to be as before, thism satowa, both in the dative. Now the object here, the accusative for a doctor is lache, lache. Okay, now you could simply ask, are you a doctor? In which case you'd be thu lecher, and that's it. But if you want to say, are you a doctor in this place, then thu lecher on thism satowa. Okay, it just depends. Okay, probably more likely this question would be framed as, are you a doctor? In which case you say thu lecher. Okay, many questions will have two verbs in them, and so we place the second verb at the end in its unconjugated form, as we saw back in the first video. Have you read my book? Okay, have stu tha min bok raden. Okay, the infinitive verb, unconjugated. Havst, have, second person present tense singular, havst, have, thu, tha, the, mean, my, bok, okay, all in the accusative there, raden. Okay. Can you find them, it, for me? Okay, so here we've got two questions. Can you find them for me, or can you find it for me? Okay, so it is hit over here, and then them, there's three different spellings, common spellings that are known here, he, who. Okay, I've decided to put them all in. I won't always do that. It just all depends on space on the screen, on the slides I have. So anyway, so can you find them for me? Could be merkt thu, he, who, for me finden. Okay. Generally, look, I tend to use here for them. So merkt thu hier for me finden. All right, probably because I feel it's a bit more common, but he and who is also very common as well in various Old English texts. If you want to talk about it, merkt thu het for me finden? Can you find it for me? Can you it for me to find? Okay, so first verb goes to the front. It's conjugated, so second person present tense. Okay, singular, merkt for can. And then thu is you. The object is them, so he, who, or the object could be it. Okay. The indirect object is me, for me. Okay. For, by the way, is also a preposition too, and that also takes the dative object. Okay, so may is dative. If you check all your personal pronouns, you'll find that may is dative. It can also be accusative as well, but we're using it in the dative sense here because it's got the for in front, which is a preposition, and that takes a dative object. So that tells you this version of may is dative, because may is both dative and accusative, depending on the context you're using it in. All right, now, next bit. can you give it to me, him, her, them? Okay, so there's 4 different questions in there. Can you give it to me, or can you give it to him, or to her, or to them? Okay. Now, can, thu, okay, is the subject. So we're conjugating it according to thu, and so can in the second person present tense singular, mercht thu hit tome yevan. Okay, can you it to me to give? Can you give it to me? If you want to talk about them, you would say mercht thu hit him yevan. To her, you'd say mercht thu hit hiere yevan. And notice that her has the singular has the e on the end. Okay. If you wanted to give it to him, singular him, not him and them, because him can be them or him can be singular he. It depends on the context. Okay. Mercht thu hit tome him. Sorry. Oh, let me start again. Mercht thu hit him yevan. Okay. Can you give it to him? All right. Anyway, so you've got different conjugations there. Can we share these things with everyone? Again, now what we have here is the plural present tense. Plural, okay? So, machen we das thing mit Jehoam dalen. Dalen. That's short AE, so dalen. Okay? Machen we das thing mit Jehoam dalen. Okay, can we share these things with everyone? So can, for the plural here, present tense, is going to be machon with an O, not an A, machon, plural present tense. Can, and then the subject is we, so we, thus thing, these things. Now, thing stands for thing, but thing also stands for the plural things. So that's straightforward. But so that's in the accusative plural. The accusative plural and singular of this word is the same. It's like our modern word sheep. Sheep, singular or plural. Okay. So thing is singular or plural depending on context. How do we show it's plural? Thus. Okay, we've used thus. That is accusative plural. Okay, accusative plural. It's also nominative plural as well. But anyway, so to show that this is plural, if this were singular, we'd just use, we could also use thus as well, but you have to judge the context. Thus could also be used, but in this case here, it's indicating plural. Thus thing. A little bit hard, that one. You need to take it within the context. The way in front of it for we should indicate that, it's these things. But it could be this thing, this thing with everyone. So you just got to take the context. It can be a little bit hard, that one. But anyway, thus can be both singular and plural. Thin can be also singular or plural. So you've got to use the overall sentence as context. Mid with Yehoam, everyone. Yehoam, everyone. Dalen, to share. All right. Should I bring my tools with me tomorrow? Shall ich on morgen min tol mit me beringen? Okay, so the first verb should goes in the front. First person present tense singular, so shall, it's conjugated. The second verb bring, that goes to the end and it's in its infinitive or dictionary form. It's unconjugated, so just beringen. Okay, now on is a preposition. So here we've taken from morning, it's a location, it's in the morning, and so you use the dative. Morgene or merjene, okay, 2 different spellings, same meaning, okay, but pronounced differently and 2 different spellings, but both are dative, okay. That's on, takes a dative preposition, in the morning. My tools, min tol, and with me, mid May, so shall ich on merjene min tol mid May beringen. Okay, should they bring their tools with them tomorrow? So again, now this is they, so it is plural. Okay, plural. present tense, so that conjugation for should becomes shullen. Whereas up here, first person present tense singular was shall. Now this is plural, present tense, shullon, should shullon. Shullon here on marchene, hiera, hera, hura, hira, toll, mit him beringan. Now, mit him is them in this case. In this particular case, it's them. Okay. And here, there, well, there's so many different spellings. I've decided to include them, but I won't always do this because it does take a bit of space. But in across Old English text, you're going to find different spellings. Hiera, this is plural, them, there. Hera, notice the A on the end tells you it's the plural. Hura, hiera, hira. Okay. So all of those for there, they, okay? The A on the end tells you it's plural. Now, the infinitive form of the second verb takes the infinitive form at the very end, so beringan. All right, when there are three verbs in the question, we follow the same principle stated earlier, we just build inwards. Remember that? First verb at the front, subject, and then everything else, and then the remaining verbs go in this order. The second verb goes to the very end, the third verb goes to the second last place, and so on. So, how can the old man be born again? Hoe mais elder manne efter kenned beon. Okay. Efter again, kenned born, beon, be, to be, and who, how, may, can. Okay, so how can a man be born again? So taking the present tense, first person present tense verb there, how may the old man again born be? Okay. And that says, how can the old man be born again? Okay. Now, many questions require more than a simple yes or no response. And so this is where the use of interrogative pronouns and adverbs are necessary. Now, these words are who, hawa, whom, hawam, and there's other spellings of these, by the way, so I'm just going to put one down. What, hawat, where, hawar, why, hawu, when, hawana. You can have hawana, there's different spellings, and which, hawelch. Okay, these words, the interrogative pronouns, are placed at the beginning of the question, and the first verb goes into the second place. Okay, verb in second place, interrogative pronoun at the front. While the second verb, if there is one, goes into the last spot. If there's a third verb, it goes into the second last place, as in all the previous videos. So, where are you now, comrade? Okay, hawar su nu yefeara. Okay, where are you now, comrade? The y there has that sense of group, togetherness, a group sense about it. So yeah, feara. Who are you? Hawa su. Okay, the interrogative pronoun hawa up front, verb conjugated, second person present tense singular. Okay, and subject. Okay, where are they from? Hawar kumath here. Hawar kumath here. Here as in they. Where are from they? Okay, the interrogative pronoun, then the verb, then the subject. And if there's anything else, that'll come afterwards, as in this example. Why is it here? Okay, who is hit here? Why is it here? Okay, not all that really dissimilar from modern English. I mean, in modern English, I ask the question, why is it here? And then you go to Old English, there's the interrogative pronoun, there's the first verb, and it's in the same tense here. Subject, hit, it, and then the adverb place. I mean, same as modern English, so it's not all that dissimilar. Where can I get help? Hawar beyita ich helpe. Where to get I help. Okay, so the interrogative pronoun up front, the conjugated verb here, okay, for second place, subject and all the rest, okay, objects is in the accusative, and so on. So all the same rules apply. Hawar beyita ich helper. Where to get I help. Where did you go today? Hawar dudes thu today yagan. Okay, now the interrogative pronoun where, hawar, at the front. Conjugative verb, second person present tense singular, dudest, did. Past tense. Did I say present tense? I hope I didn't say present tense. Past tense, sorry. Past tense, second person, past tense. Right, singular, dudest. Thu today, yagan. Go. Hawar dudest thu today yagan. Okay, where did you go today? Why do you want to go there? Okay. Hawu wilt thu thar yagan. Hawu, why? Wilt, want, you, thar, there, yagan. Okay, so the interrogative pronoun why goes at the front. The conjugative verb want. Why do you want? So really, do want is really just the word want. Why want you to go there? Why do you want to go there? Okay, is just who wilt thu. Okay, second person past tense singular wilt. Sorry, second person past tense singular wilt. Okay, that's the conjugative verb that must go here. That's the first verb, which takes care of do want. And then the second verb is go, is gone. And that's just the infinitive form at the very end. In between, you have the subject straight after the verb, and then you have the place. Any other information that might have been in the question would go in here, and then go, the last verb goes at the very end in its infinitive unconjugated form. Why do you need to know? Hawat beholvast thu yawitan. So, hawat beholvast thu yawitan. What need you to know? Okay, so the interrogative goes out front. Hawat, verb in the second place. Now, second person, past tense, singular. Beholvast, thu yawitan. Okay, and the last verb goes at the very end. When is checkout time? Okay, hawana is seotid yawikan. Okay, hawana or hawana with an O in there. You'll see different spellings as well as some others. Hawana, when is seotid yawikan, to depart. So when is the time to depart? Okay. So this here is the third person singular, present tense, third person singular. When is the time to depart? When should I go leave today? All right, now hawana. See, I said hawana up here, hawana. There's short a version of it as well. Hawana. Okay, when shall ich today feiern? Okay, when should I today go leave? Okay, when should I go today? When should I leave today? Same thing. Hawana. Now, I, first person present tense singular is shall for should, shall. First person present tense singular, shall. Time, today. And the infinitive to go, leave is feiern, to go on a journey is feiern. Let's go leave. Hawana shall ich today feiern. Rule 6, simple questions that require yes or no answer begin with a conjugative verb and have the subject in the second place. All other elements follow the usual sentence structure rules. Okay. And, with the second verb going to the very end in its infinitive form, the third verb going to the second last spot in the end, at the end, in its infinitive form, and so on if there was a fourth verb. Rule 7. Questions that require more than a simple answer begin with an interrogative word. interrogative, depends how you want to pronounce it, interrogative, it's up to you. Word followed by the conjugated first verb in second place, after which comes the subject in third place. Okay. Now, so you have the interrogative or interrogative, first verb conjugated, subject times, second verb infinitive, unconjugated. All right, the imperative. This is the form verbs take when making requests and giving orders or just making a statement or declaration. Okay, now the day has come. Now the time has come. Nu bear sedai yakumen. Okay, now is the day come. Or nu bear tid yakumen. Now the time has come. Okay, be quiet, be calm. Beo ro. Beo ro. Okay, now the imperative form of the verb. So what happens here is that the verb takes the imperative form, goes to the front, and this is whether it's making requests, giving orders, making a statement or a declaration. The verb begins. Just we might say to a noisy crowd, "Be quiet." We do the same thing. We're following the same rule. We're putting the verb in the first place. Okay, and the same thing in Old English as well. So the imperative form of the verb, beo, and notice beo is that future tense about it. It's the conjugated future tense, all right? It's the imperative form we're talking about here, and it's the future tense. Imperative form of the verb, beo, ro, quiet, calm. Or just simply go, ga, simply has, oh, I made a mistake. That should not be subject. That should be the imperative form of the verb. I missed that in the checking. That is not subject, people, viewers, please. That should be verb. It should be the imperative form of the verb. The imperative form of go is ga. You can imagine someone shouting, ga, go. That should be not subject, that is verb. My apologies. Picked up an image again somewhere. I don't know where these images, I can't remember where on earth I got them from, off the internet somewhere. Apologise to the owners of them. I can always attach to the description below the video in future. If someone lets me know where it comes from, someone can give me a link. I can always attach that link. All right, and one other is feasting hall, drinking, eating, talking, all the rest of it. You can imagine the words you've been hearing in these videos are the sorts of words they'd be using in this feasting hall.